Good morning, my name's Dr. Jeremy McAnulty from New South Wales Health, and I'm here to give you an update on COVID in New South Wales for Friday the 12th of November. There were 286 locally acquired cases and one overseas acquired case of COVID-19 in the 24 hours to 8 o'clock last night. In the same period, there were 77,000 tests reported in New South Wales. In terms of vaccination, 94.1% of people aged 16 and over have received their first dose of vaccine, and 90.6% are now fully vaccinated. In the 12 to 15-year-old age group, 80.4% have had one dose, and 71.7% are now fully vaccinated. Sadly, we're reporting the deaths of two people with COVID. A woman in her 70s from southwestern Sydney died at Liverpool Hospital. She was not vaccinated and had underlying health conditions. A man in his 70s from Maitland died at Maitland Hospital. He'd received 2 doses of COVID vaccine and had significant underlying health conditions. We'd like to express our sincere condolences to the family and loved ones of these two people. In terms of hospitalizations, there are currently 236 people with COVID admitted to hospitals in New South Wales, 34 people in intensive care, including 15 who require ventilation. Of the people in intensive care, 25 are not vaccinated, 5 have received 1 dose of vaccine, and 4 have received 2 doses of vaccine. New South Wales' ongoing sewage surveillance system looking for fragments of the virus that causes COVID-19 have identified fragments into communities, Wardell and Lennox Head on the north coast, where there are currently no known cases. So everyone in these areas in particular should pay particular attention to any symptoms and get tested right away should they develop. So if you haven't received a COVID vaccine yet and are eligible, please don't delay. It's important we get everyone vaccinated as soon as possible to keep everyone protected, both yourself and your community. And while we've got high vaccination rates in New South Wales, it's important that we remain vigilant at all times. We need to make sure that children aged 12 to 15 years who can access their vaccines through their GP or pharmacies or the state clinics, please come forward for getting vaccinated as soon as possible. Now that we've got over 90% of people with double dose, it's important we focus on the booster program as well. So people aged 18 years and over can now receive a Pfizer vaccine as a booster if it's been 6 months or more since your last second dose. And in this phase of the pandemic, the onus is on all of us to keep each other safe. This helps protect ourselves, but importantly, vulnerable people in your families and community. And while the risk of infection and severe disease is much higher in unvaccinated people, we do see sometimes spread among vaccinated people indoors, such as gyms and bars. So please wear a mask where required indoors, practice physical distancing, particularly in indoor settings, maintain hand hygiene, so alcohol hand rub or washing hands with soap and water for at least 20 seconds, and always checking with the Surface New South Wales app. And early testing is critical for everyone, so as soon as you get any COVID-like symptoms, please come forward to one of the many clinics for testing right away. So thanks everyone for coming forward, for getting vaccinated, making sure your children are protected through vaccination when they're eligible, and getting tested should you get any symptoms at all. Thanks a lot.